Hello, my sweet crafty friends. It's Monique with Grace and Tattered Lace. How are you guys doing today? Excuse me. I hope that you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. I hope that you had a fabulous day. You guys know the drill. If you don't see that little red light up there, that means you're on replay. Make sure you type exclamation point replay. Let me know you were here. Let me know where you were watching from. Let me know what you thought of the craft. And don't forget to tell me what you had for dinner. All right, I see my live friends coming on in. Hello, Miss Stacy. Welcome. You're the first one here today. Welcome, girl. How are you? Making sure I had part of my craft sitting right here. I didn't remember if I brought it. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome, sweet friend. Hello, Jan from Alabama. Hi, Dawn. I'm so glad that you caught me also, friend. So excited to see you guys. Cece, how are you, girl? Jamie Funk and Martha, welcome, ladies. Come on in, come on in. Hello, Meriden. What's the weather like where you're at, Meriden? Is it super cold there yet? Hello, Miss Tracy. How are you doing? Woo. Hi, Angelica. I'm dropping stuff, you guys, and I don't know what I'm dropping. Hi, Shay. Martha Holbrook from Texas. Welcome, sweet friend. And Shanna Rose Rivera. Welcome, ladies. Hello, Paula. I'm so excited to show you what I worked on over the weekend. Hello, Sarah. Actually, I've been working on it for a while, but I finished it up over the weekend. Sarah is making taco lasagna. Ooh, yum. That sounds yummy. Hello, Vicky. Shay, did you have a good time in Vegas? It's cold in Texas? What? Who did I miss? I missed somebody. Oh, hello, Patty. I did. It was not too bad. Really, really busy, but that's okay. Chicken tenders from Culver's. I love Culver's. Oh, they're custard. Miss Kimberly, you're exhausted and close to done with your decorating. Thanks for sprinkling, Jan. And Beverly, hello. Paula is having roast and veggies. You did. You had a good time. First girls trip. Awesome. I'm glad that you had fun. That is awesome. Hello, Fatima. Welcome. Mary with Ocean Breeze and Me. Welcome, sweet friend. And Pammy. Okay, you guys, let's get started. Because I'm a chatter and you guys know that. And, well, I get sidetracked. Hello, Loda and Mary. Thank you for sprinkling. Hello, Dana. I'm good. How are you, Dawn? Cheeseburgers and tater tot. Super easy. Kevin made something in the crock pot. He made a lasagna, no, a beef stroganoff stew that I found on Pinterest. Yes, Dana, look at these beautiful prints. So we have this one. I have to figure out how to do this. This is kind of, because the camera is backwards, so I'm going the way that I would not naturally think. There we go. There is one nice, beautiful church print. And there is the other, a sweet deer. Hello. Oh my gosh. Babette, is that what that says? I lost it. From New York. Hello, Jillian. You caught me live, girl. It's been a long time. Thank you, girl, Christy. No worries, Paula. That's what replays are for, friend. Don't stress over it, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this. I got to make sure I have my easy press on there. I just love these two prints. These are available in my shop. Just $1.99 for the download, you guys. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Julie. Thank you, Vicky. Patricia, I made these printables. Something I've been working on for a little while. And I did make these. I did finish them up yesterday, and I sat trying really hard to figure out how to get them into my Etsy or my Shopify account. So we're going to use this deer one tonight. This one is just so gorgeous to me. So we're going to use this one. I did prime my board already, okay? And I wish I had a different board because I really like the other side, but I don't want to use it because I'm afraid that the print is not going to come out the way I want it to. So I just love this like shiplap looking board. I don't remember where I got this from, you guys. I just love it. It might be Hobby Lobby, but there was no sticker. So we're just going to do some chippy look with this. We're going to add our printable and do some fun stuff with it. Isn't it gorgeous, Paula? It's available in the shop. It's only $1.99 for the download. You download it, you'll get an instant availability to download it. And you should get an email if I have it set up right. If I don't, you guys let me know. But I think I have it set up so that you should also get an email with a link. Thank you, Paula, for sprinkling, sweet friend. Okay, so we're going to do some chippy look on this. I'm going to use my go-to. Hello, Daphne and Judy, and thank you for sprinkling, friends. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit those little red hearts. Some little floaty ones over there in the corner, and you know, if your finger gets stuck, that's all right too. Anyway, hi, Patricia. I'm going to use my bare wax. This is the clear wax, and use my brush, and we're just going to stroke some wax on here, and then we're going to do chippy look. Thank you, Linda. Hello, Karen. And I'm just going to kind of wipe some on here. And we will do a chippy, and then we'll attach our paper. And I have another thing to do for this after we attach the paper on here. Hello, Caroline from Ellenwood, Georgia. Oh, I don't know where that's at. I am new to Georgia. We just moved here in July, and so I'm starting to learn all of these interesting little town names. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I like to use the wax instead of a candle and instead of Vaseline. It just is what works for me. Let me just click this again really quick so that we don't lose the easy press. Now, I wanted to use this color here. I'm just not sure I have enough paint in here, you guys. But it is a very good close. The color is close to what I'm going to use. This one is Faded Burlap by DIY. But a good close comparison, it's maybe a tad bit lighter, is, well, hello, Jody. Welcome. So happy to have you here. This one is Home Decor Folk Art, and it's called French Linen. So this would be a very good comparison, okay? And the reason I chose this color is because the background is a little bit this color, and I wanted the paper to blend in pretty well. And let's find a good clean brush. Isn't that color really pretty, you guys? Do we have any other new friends? If you're new, let us know. We love having new friends, you guys. If you guys want to sprinkle it out there, tag a friend or two that you think might like this, or might just like to come craft and hang out with other friends that are like-minded, like to have fun, and like to chit-chat with each other. So I put the wax down. Now we're going to put the paint down, and then we'll dry it, not all the way, and then we'll do some scraping and kind of get that little chippy look going on. Did everybody have a good day? Good weekend? You use a clear wax and home decor antique wax and a new distressing method you wanted to experiment. Oh, awesome, Dana. Can't wait to see what you did, because I know you love to share all your goodies, and I love that. You guys, I have a sharing page. If you guys would like to go over there, join the group. There's a lot of friends over there with wonderful ideas as well, more inspiration. If you have ideas that you want to share, please head on over there. post some pictures, get some other inspiration, ask some questions if you have another area to ask questions of people that might have done something that you're looking to do. You have a lot of wonderful friends over there. All right, what is everybody having for dinner? Kevin made a stroganoff soup. Been watching the craft around the clock, starting to follow you. Well, welcome, Marie. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm sorry if I asked that question and I didn't look up and missed some comments. I hope I don't have a hair in there, you guys. Let me get my scraper tool. All right, now I'm going to use my Reuben's Yum leftover lasagna. Use my heat tool, and I'm going to dry this, but I'm not going to dry it all the way. I like to leave it just a little bit wet because it scrapes a lot easier. Chicken and dumplings. Fajitas. Oh, some yummy, yummy stuff. Hello, Carol. Nancy is new from New Hampshire. Welcome, sweet friend. So happy to have you here. Hello, Brenda. Those that are new, my name is Monique. I am coming to you live from Georgia. I am about 30 to 40 minutes from Savannah, depending on whereabouts you are. Angelica is painting the board, a stencil, and you probably won't eat. Well, girl, make sure you feed your fur babies. Let's see, my husband and I moved here from California. I was born and raised in California, lived there almost my entire life. Dana, thank you for giving that information. I am a speech pathologist by profession. I work in the school system full-time. I work in an elementary school, and I do this after work to relieve my stress and to come and see all of you wonderful people. I feel like I have so many friends. Thank you, Carol. All right, so this is still wet in some areas, but not all. And this is a clay, so, okay, you fed them already, good. Now, when you use your scraper, I know I tell this to you guys all the time, but we have new friends. So when you use your scraper, you want to make sure that you are using it level and not at this way. Sandra is new from North Carolina. Thank you so much for being here, friend. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm glad that you enjoy. All right, so we're just going to scrape in some areas. And see, already I kept it straight up, so I got some lines that I didn't necessarily want. Now this paint is a clay base, and so it dries a little differently than your typical chalk paint. And I like to save this. I don't have a napkin here because I like to kind of smear this stuff back on. It gives it just a really cool look. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. Hello, Cheryl from Nova Scotia. Every time I say that, I always think of my friends on, oh my gosh. I'm going to draw a blank of my show that I like to watch. My Nova Scotia friends. I'll think of it in a second. My treasure hunter guys. Okay, so some of this is a little bit drier than I won't be able to use it, but some of this is wet, you guys. I'm getting it all over my fingers, but I don't know if you guys can see that. Some of this is wet. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dana, for being my spokesgirl. We're going to take this stuff and we're just going to kind of smear it back on here in some areas. I just love how that comes back on there. Smearing it back in there. Treasure Island. There we go. Oh, the cursive treasure of Oak Island. That's it. Thank you, Lisa. Oak Island, that's right. I love that show. Kevin always gets mad because they never find anything. They don't find the treasure that they're looking for. He always gets mad. They never find it. They're never going to find it. That's what he says. So yes, just be patient. Wait. Thank you, Carol. Okay, let me just show you guys what that looks like now. Doesn't that just look awesome? It is a great show. It's been so cool. Like they showed some old clips the other day. And it's been kind of cool to see like the transformation of some of the younger guys. I'm just dying. I want them to find something so bad. All right, let's give it a dry really quick. Make sure it's completely dry. Hi, Sue. I'm good. How are you today? I'm feeling a little better. To be honest, I sound worse than I was, but the stuffy nose was what's killing me. Thanks, Brenda. If I had more wet part, it would be just as good. Oh, crafting with Judy, my sweet friend. We are making a craft using a printable that I created. This cute little deer. And the other side of the printable is this beautiful church. I just love it. Can't wait to use this one too. Okay. I'm going to turn this up for 1 second. Any wax? Yes, Danielle, use what you're comfortable with. When I first started using this look, I used to use Vaseline, and I just didn't like the way that it really looked. I tried the candle thing, like using a candle, Dollar Tree candle, and it just never really worked that well for me. Oh, Nancy, I'm so sorry to hear that. I have a feeling I'm going to have the same thing in this hand. And our wonderful friend Christy just had that not long ago. She had one hand and then the other hand. And we are done with this. Okay. Use what kind of wax works for you. I love this because it is, for me, it works the easiest. The key thing is that you don't dry your paint all the way, okay? When you don't dry the paint all the way, when you scrape it off, you get some of that good, nice wetness stuff, and then that allows you to smear it back on there. I just love how it looks like right here, that smeary look. Just gorgeous. Oh, good, Nancy. I'm glad to hear that. Where did I get it? The printable. Are you asking about the printable, Judy? I made the printable. It is in my shop. I have an Etsy shop. If you use the commands, the exclamation point commands, you will should get the link to my shop. I believe it is exclamation point shop. Yes, Nancy, it is. Okay. Hi, Melissa. So I'm just going to use a little paintbrush with a little water. I'll make sure I don't have any paint on here. And I'm just going to kind of get this wet around the sides so that we can kind of tear it a little so that it has a feathered look instead of a torn edge, straight edge look to it. We'll let that sit for just a second while I do all the sides, and then we can kind of just kind of tear it easily, and then it gives it a nice feathered look. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Melissa. Oh, you guys are saying hi to Melissa. Okay, so now my edges are all wet, and I can just, you can see how it just tears easily, and it gives it a feathered look. You can change the shape of it to be whatever shape you want it to be. If you wanted to cut some of it down. You guys, I have been keep asking me. Kevin finally finished the hiring process for the hospital, and he will be starting on Friday. So that's going to change a few things for me and getting cuts and stuff done, but we'll survive. We'll survive. Let me turn that back on. Okay, now, where is my... Oh, where is it? Where did I put the... Here it is. I'm going to use my DIY crystal clear my decoupage medium. Wow, I had a brain fart. I am so sorry for that, you guys. Wowzers. I like this better than Mod Podge, okay? And the reason that I like it better than Mod Podge is because A, it's just nice. It works a lot better, but I love the top coat. It goes on so smooth and you don't get the lines that the Mod Podge gives you from your brush. I know, Angelica, I will be honest, I miss Kevin being in here too. I don't know why he just doesn't want to. Hi, Charlene, I didn't see you sneak in. Hello, Janet. Hello, Kim at the chalking at the white elephant. Now we're just going to use this just like decoupage, you guys, and you're just going to get it wet all the way around. Got a few little paint particles in there. Okay, and then we'll just flip it over. Let me just use this as my... No worries, Melissa. Okay, so we're just going to set him right here. I think in the middle here, right about there. Let me just see here. Okay, I think that's good. Now, I am just going to smooth this out a little bit. I have this little burnishing tool that I got from my Magnolia Design Company. Yes, Janet, he did, and he starts on Friday. I'm pretty sure he told me. This little burnishing tool works really good for helping to get your paper down. And you have to be very careful because you don't want to rip your paper. I have a couple areas that I want to sneak a little bit in there. Hello, Miss Tracy. I didn't see you sneak in. Okay, now I like to use my heat tool just to kind of dry it just a little bit. Thanks, Shay. And then I use my Easy Press to completely set it. I just like to use the heat tool first. It's just my preference. It kind of helps a little bit, and then you don't have to hear it sizzling so much. Hi, Linda. How are you, sweet friend? All right, so then let me just show you what this looks like, you guys. Oh, how gorgeous. How gorgeous is that? It comes as a PDF, Christine. It comes as a PDF. This particular one is comes on a regular standard sheet of paper, and these are both approximately 5 by 7s. I put the exact measurements or approximate exact measurements on the page, on the website. All right, now we're just going to use, I like to use my Easy Press because it is big and I can generally get this all in one shebang. You can use an iron. An iron will work just as good, you guys. Don't feel you have to go and invest in this. I have this because I have a Cricut and that's what I needed it for. An iron will work. Just make sure you turn the steam setting off. Okay, and then I usually do for about 30 seconds. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, I think it's really, really pretty. You guys will also notice that, yes, when you guys go to the shop, there is another printable in there that I created as well for the Highland cow. Hi, Miss Stephanie. Yeah. I don't know. I just like it because then I'm not using that little piece and just moving it all around. There's another printable that I added in there. I did a Highland cow a while back, and I just wasn't happy with the way that it printed out after I did the project and the way it looked. And so I reworked on that over the weekend. You'd love to buy when you have no idea what to buy. Why do you use the heat to just, yes, Danielle, it helps it adhere and dry completely. Okay, now I'm going to put some more of this right over the top of this to kind of seal this little guy in. And this is why I like this particular medium over the Mod Podge, is because when this dries, you do not see any lines. It is very, very smooth. It is a matte color. It's matte. It is not shiny. And now we're just going to do this. Now, sometimes, I know you guys have seen me before, sometimes I like to use wax over the top. And that was mostly when I didn't have this medium. I liked it because I didn't like the way Mod Podge looked. Oh, thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate that so much, sweet friend. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and use my heat tool to dry this again. Okay. So if you absolutely, if you don't have this to invest in, hi Yvonne, how are you, sweet friend? Southern Designs and Finds. If you can't afford to invest in this product, Mod Podge will work just as good. If I was not using this and I was using Mod Podge to seal the top of, to use as my base medium, I would use wax over the top of mine instead of the Mod Podge because it just looks better to me. Hello, Wanda New. Oh, thank you so much, sweet friend. I'm so happy to have you here. Jody, what are you asking is what available in Australia? I know that we have a crafter here in our space, Raggedy Bits. I don't know if you know of her. Raggedy Bits is based in Australia, and she does carry quite a bit of different products. I don't know if she carries this product or not, but you can definitely check her out. She does have a Facebook page here, Raggedy Bits. She's super sweet, super talented, and I wish that she was closer to us. Glenda, it is called DIY. This one is liquid patina, and this color is clear, crystal clear. Miss Mara over at Retail Vintage Therapy, she has a Facebook page as well as a web page at that same name. She sells this product. She ships it very, very quickly. Okay. All right. So you guys are wondering, well, what are you going to do? You just slapped a piece of paper on that wood. Now, what are you going to do to just like make it not be a piece of paper slapped on a piece of wood? I have this embroidery hoop. This is only one portion of it. And I'm going to use the same old piece of baby wipe that I used to stain that under piece of that wood. And we're just going to stain this. Give it a nice little tint. Just like so. Look how easy that was. I didn't even have to get any more paint, and my hands are now. Does wax weather things also? So who asked that? Diana. Wax, the wax will not 100% weatherproof it, okay? However, it is a good sealant, and it will help protect, and it does help keep water from getting on it. So I'll just quickly show you on this, my little spindle thing here, because I do put wax on here from time to time. And I have wiped it off a couple times. So we'll just put a little tiny bit of wax on here. Let it sit for a minute, and then I'll show you how it kind of repels. The water will repel from it. We'll just quickly just put a quick little coat on here. We'll let it dry, and then I'll come back and show you in a minute. Okay. All right. So we're going to just attach this kind of like it's just hanging. Hi, Sage. Like it's hanging from a sweet little piece of twine. Like so, I think. Hi, Beverly. Sarah's here too. Hi, Sarah. And I think I got this too long. Yes, I am a little bit. I don't feel as bad. I don't feel as bad as I sound, but I do sound pretty bad. Oh. Girl, Sarah, do you know what I did over the weekend? Just because I was on my personal page, going into all the people's events, well, I went live on my personal page. Who else has done that? My gosh. Okay, so we're just going to hang this like this. We're going to put a little wax, a little dark wax on there before I do this. Just to kind of blend it in just a little bit. And anybody else ever gone live on their personal page? Yeah, that was me this weekend. I was sitting there. Oh, can't find a tool. I was sitting there. I guess we're gonna have to use a finger. I was sitting there like, where is everybody? Why is there nobody here? You guys, I can't find my blending tool, so I'm just going to use my finger and just kind of blend this in a little bit on the edges. And like nobody was showing up, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And you know, a friend, a teacher, an old teacher from California popped in, and I'm like, hey, can you see, am I on my personal name or am I on my business page? And she's like, what? I'm like, okay, I'm on my personal name. I'm on my personal page, clearly. I was dying. Okay. Oh, I just love how it just grabbed the edges of this paper over here. I gotta see if I can get some more of those edges because the way. Fatima, I was born and raised in, well, I wouldn't say born, but I grew up in Orange County. I lived in Anaheim almost my entire life. My husband and I got married. We met in Placentia, Yorba area. And then when we bought a house, we moved out to the Inland Empire, and we're in the Lake Elsinore area for a while, and then we left from Marietta. Okay, look at that, you guys. Yes, Danielle, absolutely. Okay, I think I want to put a little more wax in some of the areas outside of this picture, but my finger is not going to work for the rest of that process right now because And I can't find my blending tool at the moment. Yvonne, that's hysterical. Okay, so we're gonna just hang this. I'm just gonna glue this here with the little twine. Like so. So far. Yes, Betty. Fatima, you're north of Bakersfield. Okay, you just answered my question. I was going to ask where you are from. All right, so you guys remember that beautiful strand garland greenery? We're going to use that. So for those of you that didn't get to see it, I got this gorgeous strand of greenery from Hobby Lobby. Okay, it is gorgeous. It has these big, beautiful pine cones. I don't know if you can see that pine cone. $34.99 is the regular price, and you can get it off on sale for 40% off. So, you know, or I think it's actually 50% off. So it was only like $17. So I pulled a couple pieces off, and we're going to put that right on the top up here, over the top of our little hoop. I think I want it to go this way. I might have to put a little bit of, hi Suzanne. Yes, doesn't it look amazing with the hoop? Now the pieces are a little bit longer than I want, so I'm just gonna put them rather close together because I don't want it to be like sticking out way past my board. Now another option, if you guys don't have a board, you can thank you, Sherry. You guys can get some of the little wood planks from Dollar Tree and use your jumbo sticks on the back to glue them together and make it look like one piece. You can even get your painter sticks and glue those together by using some other of those jumbo sticks on the back to make them look like it's like one piece of wood. That would be super pretty also. Okay. I was just going for something simple and easy, yet elegant, that can go up at Christmas time and stay out through the winter, you guys. And hopefully they don't fall off, but that's what we have going on so far, you guys. Hi, Brenda. How are you, sweet friend? You guys, don't forget to hit those little floaty hearts and hit sprinkle, tag your friends. All right, now I did go ahead and tie a bow together. It's just a piece of red velvet that came from Hobby Lobby. Just a very simple, elegant bow. Now, if you like big bows, you can definitely make a big bow, but I think a big bow really is just going to take away from the simplicity of this piece. And I did pull off a couple of the red berries from that little piece of garland. Oh, I probably didn't want to do that. And we'll put those over here as well. Okay, perfect. You know, if you guys don't like that little dirty up edges either, you guys can do something completely different. Thanks, Nita. Yeah, you guys can, you know, if you didn't want the white, do different color. Hi, Grace from North Carolina. How are you? Hello, Jeanette. Yeah, it's like a moose lake wood. Oh, yes. I have that in the works too, Betty. Just been playing around Okay, let's cut this little twine off of here. Oh, I got 5 minutes. Or even attaching a glittery snowflake. Yes. I did have some snow. I did pull some snowflakes out to see like if I thought what I thought of the snowflakes. Yeah, the hearts aren't coming that well today, Beverly. I'm not sure why. Yes, thank you, Christy. Just simple, you know, and you guys can do anything you wanted. I will go back and add a little dark wax around the edges here where, because I didn't have my blending tool, it would take forever using my finger. Now, I just wanted to show you guys really quick, before I forget, the wax that we put on here. Remember, we talked about the wax. Okay. So I'm just going to show you really quick here. Let's get just a piece of paper towel. And you're going to see there's can you see the water? Just, and look, my paper towel is wet because it just dripped right off. Okay. It just beads right up. Now, will it protect it if you dropped it in a bucket of water? Probably not. But if you accidentally sprayed some water or something on it, then it will definitely help protect it. You didn't think the round would take away in the square pick by each other. Yes, thank you, Paula. Thought you would stick with neutrals, but the red. Yeah, Dana, I thought the red just really made it pop because on his, I don't think you guys can see it, but on his little head, there is some little red berries in the greenery on his head, and his bow, the bow on his chest is a little reddish light too. Thank you so much, Jamie. You guys, if you guys are interested, the printable is in my, thank you, Sarah. The printable is in my, I keep wanting to say Etsy, but it is a Shopify account. It's on the web page. If you guys do exclamation point shop, it'll give you the website page information. It's just $1.99 for a download. Thank you, Linda. Sarah, this greenery garland is absolutely amazing. And for the amount that you get for 15 bucks, wonderful. A lot of people went to go find it after I used it and they couldn't find it. Thank you, Betty. You guys, make sure you guys stick around for the next presenter here on Craft Around the Clock. If you're not feeding in to Craft Around the Clock right now, make sure you guys jump on it over there. See who is up next, what they have going on. I didn't share with you guys, but the what I used to stain today was actually my magnolia paste. It is called chocolate brown, and I think that it's a pretty darn close second to my DIY dark and decrepit liquid patina. I just cannot talk today, you guys. Thank you, Dana. I really appreciate that. You guys, my time is just about up. I just want to say thank you so much for being here tonight. Hi, Tamra. You're going to have to go watch the replay, sweet friend. This is what we made today. I hope that you enjoyed, you guys. Hi, Caroline. I hope that you're feeling well, friend. You guys have a great night. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. I know you have choices of a million other people, and I appreciate you just being here with me. I so love ending my busy and stressful day with chatting with all of you guys. Jody, it was so nice to meet you. I hope you'll come back. It's 11 a.m. for you. Okay. Well, you guys, my time is up. I only have a 45-minute slot here while I'm on Craft Around the Clock, but I will see you throughout the week, and I hope that you guys will come back and see what else I have. Have a great night, you guys. Love you all.